Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to Hope to Change. To anybody who is new here, if you are not new here, welcome back. As you guys may know, my name is Kay. For you guys who do not know, my name is Kay. I do not want to be before you guys long. I never want to be before you guys long. You guys already know that, but I know my videos can be very long. But I want to just be honest right now. I really don't know exactly what to say. I just feel led to be on this camera right now. And so that's what I'm going to do. I ended up getting a deep revelation from the Lord this morning. And it brought me to tears. So I may look a little puffy faced because of it. I think I am going to also talk with you guys about what the Lord had me do. I just got off of a 40-day fast. Probably like almost 2 weeks ago now. I just got off of this fast. And yeah, right now at this point I'm outside. I'm just walking around my community in Vegas. I mean, you can kind of see Vegas. That's all of Vegas. I live up on a mountain here in Vegas. So we're just gonna take a walk, guys, and I talk with you guys. It's getting colder outside now in Vegas, so it's windy as well today, and it's a little chilly. I do not like the cold, but it is a little windy, and I'm hoping that this does not hinder the sound of the video too much. I do talk loud, and I might even be bringing y'all in from time to time, so I'm hoping that helps me a little bit. But yeah, so I think I just want to start out on the 40-day fast that I had, the journey that the Lord took me on, and then after that we'll just move a little bit more into it. These iPhone cameras, y'all, they are getting real serious with the details. But let me just talk to you guys for a moment. I hope that everybody's having a blessed day, evening, night, whatever time it is. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I do want to talk with you guys. The Lord had been telling me that he was going to put me on a 40-day fast for probably like 5 months before it actually happened. So I was ready for it. I was kind of bracing myself for it. Right before I went on the fast, he had changed my diet. I just felt a desire no more for eating any more pork or any more beef. More toward vegetables I was going. Just chicken or fish. He just changed my diet right before I had went on the fast. I noticed that. And then a little bit afterwards, I'm minding my business, and all of a sudden I'm clicking on something totally different on my phone, and then something else just popped up with this 40-day fast that he had already let me know that he was going to send me on, but it had popped up again, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to be going on a fast. Let me ask him finally when, you know what I'm saying? So I asked him, and he gave me a date, and then I started the fast. Now, I didn't really know what the fast was for. I knew what I kind of wanted, you know what I'm saying, but I really didn't know what the fast was going to be about, what it was for, but I just did it anyways. And as I was into the fast, I was starting to pray and start to realize what my Holy Spirit was desiring for me, and it was just clarification, my next move, what to do now, what am I supposed to be getting into, and deliverance, and just my next move, okay? So I'm fasting, guys, and it was in the beginning, I had an experience where the Lord was telling me how, this was 7 days in, it was the 8th day, and he was telling me how, he's going to deliver me from some things that, the things that I think matter will not matter, you know what I'm saying, pretty soon, and so I didn't really understand what he meant by that. The experience seemed out of body, because it was I felt my soul leaving my body. It was I was laying down in my bed, and I felt my soul had left my body, and I felt the Lord was talking to me. I didn't feel, I heard his voice. I actually heard the voice, and he was letting me know, if you can complete this thing, you're going to find that the things that you think matter actually don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And, what's crazy, I'll say, about this fast is now that it's completed, when I was going through it, I felt I was kind of going through more of the pain of the fast. But then when I actually got done with the fast, I actually got to see that I was really really getting delivered from some things. I was really doing something super spiritual that I had never, like, I really was doing something major, okay? But in the midst of it all, I was just determined to complete it. And not only that, it was like, you kind of gotta complete it, because as you get farther in, even if you try to eat the things that you want to eat, you could die from eating those things. So, what's the point in even breaking the fast if you can't eat the things that you want to eat without dying? Might as well just complete it. You know what I'm saying? You sure can't go after a pizza or something like that after, 20 days in or something like that, So it was a water fast. Let me just break it down to you guys. He told me that it was going to be a water fast. I was thinking I was going to have my tea like I usually do if something seems a little bit too intense for me when I'm working and stuff. But there was no tea involved. About 20 days in, he told me that I could have watermelon. So I tried to just juice the watermelon as much as I could. I couldn't take any of the little, like, if you juice things like with a blender or whatever, you try to use a blender to juice it, it's like clumps of stuff. It could not do that. So I had to like get it all the way down to water, like the water form of the watermelon. It helped me stop throwing up as much, and it helped me get a little more strength for work. Although I wasn't working much, I only worked for like 17 days in that whole month, but it was like, it was a little more than 17 days actually, because I started the month before. But the next month that I had to really go through it, it was 17 days only in that month. So I probably only worked like a total of 30 days, which is pretty much a month, right? But let's go into it. That's why I needed strength for the journey. And so the 20th day, the Lord had told me that I could have watermelon juice. So that's what I did. And it was disgusting to me, though. At the same time, like, you would think that, oh my God, yeah, I get to eat watermelon. It was absolutely disgusting to me. It was hard for me to do the watermelon because I was not craving anything sweet, like nothing sweet. I did not want any sugar, and I still don't want any sugar. And that's just how I am right now. Like, all I wanted, my heart's desire, was Brussels sprouts and carrots and, spinach and some greens, collard greens, all that kind of stuff. That's all I wanted, okay? But I could not get those things. So, I didn't even do the watermelon as much as I probably should have. So I ended up doing a lot of throwing up. The watermelon kind of helped me keep throw up down, but like, I really didn't want to do it. So let's go deeper. By the 26th day, I'm going to tell you guys, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this before, and I feel like I have, but let me go back into it. I know what video it is that I can, reference. So let me reference this. If you go back to my videos where I think it's like a story time video, and it's kind of like my testimony, like my life, you know what I'm saying? You'll know that I once was involved in, lesbian activity, LGBTQ. Like, I thought that I was into women, females, mostly because when I, as a child, that was what was first coming at me. Like, I got molested by a male, but more female started coming on to me, and then I just started to feel like that was what I was into. So, I had always, after I finally got older and things like that and got into males, I eventually left that lifestyle. But unfortunately, it's like I have something that just follows me around, that was following me around for many years. It was like a strong desire to still go to women, a strong desire. And I've been battling with it for many years, and I just don't give into it. I just don't feed into it. But I will say that I totally feel that the Spirit has been following me around, that other people who are still in that lifestyle, that they attach themselves or try to get me to join them in that kind of world. No matter how much I talk to them about God and things like that, they'll say things like, I just feel that from you. I feel that, you should be like with a woman. Or it's like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm definitely into men, and I don't know if it's because I'm nice. I don't know what it is, but I have no idea what the heck the energy is. But from my analysis, I believe that the spirit has been following me around for a very long time. And I mean, everywhere I go, I always encounter women trying to throw themselves at me. You know what I'm saying? And I just try to refrain from, doing anything like that. I just try to be strong about it. But the desire has been there, So anyways, long story short, the 26th day, I ended up getting a dream of me fighting demons that were, and I'm just summing up the dream because the video is already getting long, and I don't know how long it's gonna go, So I had just had a dream about me fighting a demon, or two of them, that were, I knew that they were spirits of, that lifestyle. And they were like accusing me. They was making it like, what I'm saying? Like they knew me, and no, this is what you are. This is what you gonna do. This is, like just talking to me like that. And then I was just like, no, like I started to say what I'm just disagreeing with them. And then we got to a point in the dream where I got physical. And then I opened up my eyes and I felt that they were in my room. Like I can't even explain it, but I'm on this 40-day fast. So it was like, I'm very sensitive to the spiritual things. I felt that they were actually in my room with me when I opened up my eyes. And then I started to fight while I'm awake. I just started to decree and speak over my life and, all these things. And I felt the freedom. Like I felt the presence of the Lord come over me. Like I felt the freedom finally break free. I felt it. I felt the freedom of me breaking free from that spirit, finally after all these years. And I'm 30 right now. So it's like, I've been dealing with that spirit for a long time. So anyways, let's fast forward. I did a lot of throwing up, which now me looking at it, that was, even if I didn't throw up, right? I was like throwing up spiritually. Sorry guys. Even if I didn't throw up, I was throwing up demons spiritually. I will say that. And the reason being is because I remember one time God had told me to go on a 7-day fast. It was like the second 7-day fast I had ever been on. And I remember at one point, like I was just praying to the Lord, and all of a sudden I started like, but nothing was coming out, but I knew something was coming out, and I knew that the Lord was in the room, and it felt like his presence was there. I just felt like I was getting broken free of something. Well, that's what was happening to me almost every day on my fast, you know what I'm saying, that I was getting broken free of things that's holding me back, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that had been holding me back for years, all the different things, the anger, any kind of things that I just be battling with. Like I don't act on it because I love the Lord, and I know I'm living a new lifestyle when I'm with the Lord, I don't act on it, but it's like it's still always whispering in your ear, trying to get you there, those kind of things. Anger, all those kind of things, all those things that I was battling with, I knew that they were coming out, and then that was a beautiful thing. There was a lot of warfare going on. It was, me and my husband was arguing from time to time. It was some things going on, but we was getting through everything. Like I already knew like this was gonna happen. Like I knew this was gonna happen. I kind of expected it, so I was like, I don't care. Like sometimes you get so angry, it's like, you know what? I just need to go in there and eat. But then it's like, girl, you at this point, 20 days in, 22 days in, what you gonna go eat? You gonna go have a soup that's gonna satisfy you for real? No. So might as well push on through. You know what I'm saying? Push on through. So, and then that's when you realize that, gluttony is real. I'm positive I'm broken free of that, thank the Lord, because you realize that you kind of rely on your belly for a lot of things. Like if you're in a good mood, you rely on your belly. You like, let me go eat something that make me feel good. Let me go drink or something like that. Are you in a bad mood? I need to go eat something. I need to go drink something. I need to go, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I didn't realize how much, like, I kind of use my belly as a safe place or as a peaceful place or a place of relaxation rather than running to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you should just run to the Lord. Not even sometimes. You should just run to the Lord. But sometimes we get caught up in our flesh and then we just start feeding the spirit of gluttony depending on our mood. And you don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's another thing that I got freedom from. I usually have a thing going on with my nose. Y'all already know. Y'all can just go through and look at as many videos as you want, and you see like I'm constantly dealing with this mucus thing, okay, sniffling and all that. Now today I sound a little congestion. I still sound like that probably because I've been crying, but I will say, I did realize that a lot of the foods that I was eating would cause me to be congested, and I found out that I'm the type of person that should probably be eating more natural foods than foods that are processed. And I'm allergic to some things. I have been allergic to some things, and I don't know if I'm allergic to them now, but I will stay away from them regardless. Like, because I feel like just being able to breathe good is better. I used to take, for years, I was spending a lot of money on over-the-counter medicine, for allergy pills and nasal sprays. And I will say I have not spent any money on those things, at all. I haven't been spending any money on it because I've been able to breathe. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. And I noticed that, like, sugar intake and stuff like that has a lot to do with my whether I can breathe or not. So it's like, bro, it's not even good for you anyway, so might as well just stay on the path. I'm still only craving vegetables, so that's what I'm trying to eat. The other day I was at work, though, just a little backstory. I was at work the other day, and they had like these little croissants that had like jelly or something in them. I wasn't craving it, but it looked good, and I ate it, and I was like, oh my god, I regretted it. So gonna stay far away from those kind of things. That's just a little bit about my fast, if anybody is interested of hearing how that 40-day fast went. So after the 40-day fast is where it got real, like, blatantly spiritually intense. I feel like during the fast, like, there was things that was happening. You kind of knew that it was demonic, but it was like not quite like blatant as it got. I started having experiences like days after the fast where it seemed like some demonic entities kept coming into my room at night, and they were trying to make me feel fearful. And there was even a point where they were like messing with me, making me feel like they were taking my soul down to a dark place. Like, it was like moments where it's like I'm trying to go to sleep, but it's like everything is just pitch black, everything is just dark, my body kind of feels like I can't move, and then it just feels like something is dragging me down to somewhere I don't want to go. Like, that's how I was feeling, and it just kept happening. I would go to sleep and I'm seeing people, human beings with black eyes coming at me with dogs, and dogs eating at my flesh, and I'm just like, what the heck? And I'm still praying before bed, I'm still meditating, but I wasn't. I even at one point I heard I heard a voice of the demon, and it was saying, like, kind of laughing and giggling, saying, "Don't you like this song? Don't you like this song? Remember this song?" And it's actually a song by Lady Gaga that I used to listen to back in the day. I don't even listen to it. I can't remember the last time that I even listened to that song, but it came at me and it was attacking me with the song. It was like the point where it was like making her head move very fast. Like, it was playing the song, right? And then I was seeing the image of Lady Gaga, and her head was moving so fast that you couldn't even make out a feature. You just see a moving head so fast. And then it started to make me feel like my head was shaking. It said, so I'm sitting there getting dizzy. I'm sitting there feeling like I want to throw up. Like, it was crazy. I'm like, and it only happened when I'm trying to go to bed that I keep experiencing these black-eyed humans and these dogs eating my flesh. And every time you open your eyes, you just feel like they're in the room with you. Like, what you gonna do? Like, that's how I felt. Like, they were just messing with me every night. Like, what you gonna do? So what I did was, instead of praying my little nice prayers before bed, or thanking the Lord only, or meditating, trying to get, the full, because the 40-day fast, now you can really hear, like, I'm getting direction, the Lord telling me what to do, where to go, what to invest in, how I'm about to be prosperous, his plans for me, he's about to be with me, like, all these different things I'm getting, and I'm like, I can really hear, so I'm all in that, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize I really need to fight something, because something's fighting against me. You know what I'm saying? Even on the 40-day fast, I had a strange woman come up to my door with all these crystals and all these different things on her neck. I'm like, where did this lady come from? I'm having visions of people, while I'm wide awake in my house. I'm having visions of people standing at the door, demons walking in the door, but they're only standing in the front of the door while I'm wide awake. I can see them walk into the house, but they don't be able to move past the door, I've seen, and they're kind of like irritated that they can't do much. I've seen a demon, or I don't know if it's a demon. I think she's an actual witch, really. I think she's a real person. Just because the way she looked, she didn't look like a demon necessarily, but she was in the spirit. I saw her in the spirit. She was wearing humanly clothes. She looked like a human being. She was probably projecting. She's a witchcraft. She's into witchcraft. She's into something, sorcery. I don't know, But I saw her at my door, but she could not walk in my door. Like demons I've seen that kind of look disembodied or whatever on the fast, they were walking through my door, but they could not go past like the front of my door. Like they would just make it through the other side, and they were just standing there. You know what I'm saying? And they were just like, some of them was falling to the ground, but I saw them walk in. Like the Lord was opening my eyes so I could see them walk in, right? But this witch, she could not walk in my house at all. She could not walk in my house. In fact, this is what she was doing. She was on the other side of the door, and she made it to the door. I seen her in detail, what she was wearing and everything. And she was communicating with somebody. She was like, I can't get in. She's like, I'm looking for a way to get into the house. I'm looking for a way, but I can't get in. I heard her say that. I heard her within me say that. Like I was looking at her and I could hear her within me saying how she can't get in. She's looking for an entry point. She's looking for a crack in the family. She's looking for something that'll get her in to infiltrate, to do something bad, whatever she wants to do. You know what I'm saying? But she's not finding the place to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm thanking the Lord. I'm trying to stay prayerful, you know what I'm saying, especially as a family, you know what I'm saying, because I understand that I was already a target in the spiritual realm, but I understand that now going on that 40-day fast really makes you a target. They're really watching. They're really trying to destroy you at that point. So, like I said, those were some of my experiences on the fast. And then, sorry guys, those are some of my experiences on the fast. And then, after I had experienced all those different things I was telling you about the black eye and the things, demons or a dog trying to eat my flesh, every time I try to go to sleep, like I'm experiencing these different kind of spiritual things. Finally, I got fed up because like I'm tired now. And they've done this to me before back in 2020 where they keep disturbing me when I'm going to sleep. Only when I'm going to sleep they keep bothering me. And that right there makes you so extremely tired. Like I'm talking about when you wake up, you have not got a good rest because you're battling spiritually. These things like messing with your rest. And I started to declare and decree. I said, the Lord wants me to have good rest. That is from the Lord, to have peace, a peaceful rest, a peaceful sleep. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not getting that, something is taking that from me, and I'm about to get back everything that belongs to me. So then, y'all, I started declaring and decreeing and fighting and calling angels and calling the victory and pleading the blood of Jesus. And you know what I'm saying? I said, continuously let the fire rain down from heaven on them who seek to destroy me, that seek to destroy my life, that seek to destroy my marriage, my children, their destiny, my destiny, you know, my husband's destiny, the destiny of my marriage, you know what I'm saying, who seek to kill, steal, and destroy us. And I was going in, okay? And surely the Holy Spirit was with me because I was going in, okay? And, I was saying a lot of things. I just started to declare decree. I let them be burned to ashes from the top of their head to the sole of their feet continuously. Arrest them that seek to destroy my life. Arrest them that seek to destroy my children and my husband and my destiny. Arrest them that seek to destroy my rest. All those who are laughing and are enjoying my demise. You know, all those who are joyful when any harm or any wrong is done to me. Those ones, oh yeah. Come for their necks, okay? And I just prayed that the angels be covered with the blood of Jesus Christ. The angels be covered with the armor of God. The ones that are fighting for me. I asked that he sent his warrior angels concerning me, round about me. You know what I'm saying? Round about my family, round about my children, round about my husband. You know, and I'm just saying these things so that way you guys can even know what to say if this is helpful. You know what I'm saying? I was saying things like that you know, let the angels be victorious. Let no weapon formed against the angels prosper. No weapon formed against me, my children, my family prosper. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Let us be victorious. And those are just some of the things that I said. So I went to bed. And when I went to bed, I had a dream of myself, like, it was like I had killed all these spiders. Okay? And mind you, there was... at one point, let me say this as well. When I was on the fast, I had had a dream about a whole bunch of ants like biting after me or biting my body or all over me, all over my bed, when I was sleeping. But I was able to hurry up and pick up uh, some I was like, I told my kids to go get like the bug spray, but they weren't moving fast enough, so I had to get up and go and get it myself. And I ended up killing all the ants. And then I looked at my body and I was not harmed. And I killed them right away, and I was able to clean it up. And it was like nothing ever happened. And I just knew that the Lord was letting me know I was getting free of all, y'all, it was an infestation going on, okay? A demonic infestation of things that's even been going on in my family. I got dreams from these generational demons, these generational curses that has been following me around. And even if I pray and all this, doing on a 7-day fast every week, wasn't nothing like that 40-day fast. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's been an infestation going on, and the Lord was ready for me to break free from that thing. So, yeah. Long story short, there was another incident, another dream that I had concerning spiders, but I can't think of it right now. But once I had done, now this is when the fast is over, I had another thing concerning spiders. And then now that the fast is over, after I had fought against those things that was fighting against me, I went to sleep and I had a dream. And it was like I was telling my family, I was in my family member's house. I was in my family's house and I was like, see? Y'all didn't believe me, but look, come look. I killed them all. Like, I was all happy. And it was thousands of spiders, y'all. It was spiders on the floor. It was spiders on the wall. It was spiders on the roof. And I'm talking about they was like tight in. Like, it was thousands of spiders everywhere. And it was like I had sprayed something on them that kind of like cotton would be on them now. And so I would go and pick the cotton up from the clean side, but all the spiders' dead bodies would be on the cotton, and I was just using huge big trash bags. I was filling up the trash bags with all these spiders in my family's house, you know what I'm saying? And I was putting the dead bodies of the spiders or whatever inside of these huge trash bags till the house looked brand spanking new. But I'm talking, it was thousands of spiders. It was all over the walls, all over the roof, all over the floors. They were everywhere. It was big trash bags that I was filling up with these spiders, okay? And like I said, when I had got up that night to fight them, it was like they were in my room and they were like, what you gonna do? Because they had been doing it for nights, on top of nights. And I had just been praying and like telling my husband while he's at work, I'm like, bro, like, these things are bothering me and I cannot even sleep. I can't even rest because these things are messing with me. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, but finally I fought back and I got free. So that's one thing, I wanted to tell you guys how that 40-day fast went. I totally feel like I got a lot of freedom and I got a lot of direction and a lot of clarification about things, which was much needed. I feel like if we ever want to understand what we're here for a little more, we want direction, I feel like that fast is the thing that's going to do it. I will say some people around you will be discouraging. And even if it's your closest friend or your closest family, even people that I thought were very close to me, were being revealed to me. It was like, yeah, it was so crazy. So, even places that I walked away from, I realized I had to go back. Let me just explain that. I thought that I was done with a church. I experienced something that I should not have even experienced in my mind, but that just shows the imperfection of human beings. And we really ought to strive to be better, guys. We really ought to strive to be better, especially when we're in the house of the Lord. We really ought to strive to be better. But whatever, I'm thinking surely God don't want me to preach in there, teach in there, be in there no more because of what I had experienced being there. That was me walking away on my own accord after the Lord had already told me he wants me to be there every day that the doors are open. This is back in 2020. I walked away from there years ago, and then I started going to another church, and I just didn't feel quite comfortable there, but I was still going. What do I mean by that? It seemed like it was a little I'll just leave that because I don't need anybody getting offended who watches my videos if they see it. But I was still going to that church regardless, right? And on the fast, the Lord let me know you actually need to go back to the church that I told you to go to years ago. And when I stepped foot back in that church, this is while I was still on my fast, I felt so at home, I felt any beef that I thought that I had, absolutely gone. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I thought, whatever anger or whatever feelings I thought that I had towards those people, absolutely gone. It does not matter anymore. I'm free. I'm free from the spirit of offense and unforgiveness and all these different things, and judgment, just making, because a lot of times we even judge people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they're struggling with their walk, but that's the reason to go and pray for them. You see something that's going on with these people, go and pray for them. These people need prayer. It's not that we should be kicking every flaw to the side and just like, oh, God gonna get that person. God gonna just, sometimes somebody needs to be praying for that person. You see the negativity, you see the flaw in these people, you see the flaw in people and children, or you see the flaw in a coworker, you see the flaw in anybody. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just like, okay, I'm done with that person, just automatically, put it to an end. That's a reason, because you saw something like that, you had the discernment to see something. That's a reason to be praying. That's a reason to mention that person in prayer. You know what I'm saying? With love, okay? So that's what I was free of all those things, and I actually went back. So places that I thought that I didn't have to be anymore, didn't realize that they're a part of my destiny. And the enemy, with that offense and unforgiveness or whatever, or just judgment, he could hold you back from reaching where you're supposed to go, because I didn't know that I was supposed to be there all this time. I have not been there so long. I have not been there in years. But it's actually the only church that I belong to. I was going to other places, but I didn't belong. I never joined. Even when I thought about joining, I would ask the Lord, should I join? Should I join? God would never tell me to join anything. You know what I'm saying? And even if I thought that I was going to join, it just never happened that I quite joined. Even if I mentioned it to somebody that I want to join, it never quite happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I already had a place where I'm supposed to be. But anyways, I feel like this is kind of getting long, but I did want to talk with you guys a little bit more about something. Earlier today, the Lord had led me to some things. He had led me to like a video or whatever of people who had experienced the afterlife, and how people, even believers and non-believers, relate to them. And they were just talking about their experiences and everything like that. And it really brought me to tears, because it reminds me of myself, because I've had a very spiritual life with the Lord. My first experience with the Lord in 2014 was very spiritual. I believed in science, and I had to have like a spiritual encounter to get out of that mindset of like science is everything. If it ain't real, or if it ain't science that said it, you know what I'm saying, then it ain't real, but I had a spiritual experience to wake me up out of that, you know what I'm saying? And so ever since I had that spiritual experience, I've had more spiritual experiences, guys. And so with that being said, I kind of related to these people, even though I've never died and came back or anything like that. I've just had spiritual experiences, and I see how the world looks at us. I have people that I've talked to, and I try to brace them. Hey, look, now, if you're talking to me, just know we gonna talk about Jesus, okay? We talking about Jesus. I don't care where you come from. I don't care if you LGBTQ. I don't care if you old, if you're young, if you're black, if you're white. If you're talking to me and you think I'm a cool person to talk to, you like talking to me, well, part of me is Jesus. So Jesus gonna come up. He's gonna come up. I don't care if you don't believe anything like that. You're talking to me. That's who I am. If you have taken a liking to me and you've accepted me as a cool person or a friend to you, or whatever you think that I am, well, good. Let's talk about Jesus. So it comes up quite often with me. So I just realized that some people, even if they're believers or not, they kind of look at you crazy, and it kind of makes me feel like it's a part of being in America. You know what I'm saying? I really do feel that way. And it kind of brought me to tears today, because it's just like when you're on a spiritual journey with the Lord, or you have encounters with the Lord, I don't know why it just makes you so excited, and you just want to tell people. Like every kind of encounter, it's just so exciting, and it's like, oh my God, this thing is so cool, this thing is so real. People gotta know, people gotta hear about this. I gotta tell somebody. And it's like, then you tell your family and they disown you. They think you're crazy. They don't think that you're worth anything. They like, okay, you need to stop talking. You need to stop telling me stuff. In fact, I'll never even listen to you again, because now I see you deserve to be in a jacket, in a locked away somewhere. That's how they treated me. That's what they were saying in my family about me when I came to the Lord, that I need to be locked away in a crazy home. And you know what I'm saying? It was really that bad. And it was only because the Lord was talking to me and he was telling me the future, and the future wasn't making people feel comfortable. Okay. And I was at peace with it, because it's like, look, I found my strength here. I found my joy. What's here anyway don't matter, okay? It doesn't matter anymore. You're telling me that all this is going to happen, all this is going to go away. You know what I'm saying? All these bad things are going to happen. The world is actually not as nice as I thought it was. I thought everybody loved everybody here, until I had my encounter with the Lord. I was kind of foolish back then. I think I was like 19 or something, like literally. So yeah, long story short, with me experiencing that, everybody thought that I was crazy. Nobody wanted to hear anything I had to say anymore. Any people wanted me to just shut up. People who once respected me no more respected me. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy how you don't respect me then, when I was kind of more aggressive, and I was not, but you respected that more than what I am now. So anyways, long story short, even now today, like I realize, like even having conversations with some people, they'll be like, oh yeah, you could say it, I don't mind, you can say anything. Next thing you know, are you okay? Are you all right? They're running away, they're kind of trying to avoid you, all that. It's just like, dang, it kind of makes you, I thank God for getting more secure with the idea of like, you're not going to really be accepted, that the Lord is really your strength, and that he really loves you, and he really may be the only one that really, 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 really loves you and really, really likes you. I'm kind of getting a little more comfortable with being okay with knowing that not everybody's going to accept you, and not everybody's going to like you. And for the most part, you might be a little bit lonely in life. And I've been lonely in a marriage before. You know, I've been with people that I've been engaged to somebody that wasn't even serious. And they all were believers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you kind of realize that the walk with the Lord is kind of lonely, you know? And my only problem really is that it sucks, because even people that are believers, like they don't even make the ones that are on fire for the Lord or having these experiences feel comfortable. They don't make you feel comfortable either. A lot of people feel like it's okay to give the Lord the bare minimum. When I always say, you already know, if you already watch my videos, that Jesus Christ should be the standard. So why do we feel so comfortable with giving the Lord the bare minimum all the time? Like, people embrace that and they push that on other believers. For example, I was at church the other couple of days ago, and I was at Bible study, and I don't remember exactly how we got on this thing. I think we were talking about the fact that people are how certain races, and I don't know how we got on this topic, but it was like people are in certain races seem to have more love or more connection or work together more than other races. That's what we were talking about. And I said something on the realms of, well, we should understand that all of that, you know what I'm saying, all the racism or the lack of like, or the mindset of, I'm gonna step on somebody else's head to get ahead. I don't want anybody to be better than me, so I'm gonna get up there and make sure nobody else comes. It's just gonna be me. I want everybody to be looking up to me and me looking up to no one. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna help anybody get up here with me, because I want everybody to be, in awe of me. That kind of energy. I said that, in reality, racism and all these kind of things is just a distraction. This is what the enemy is using to distract us, where we ought to be praying more, we ought to be fasting more, we ought to be getting ourselves free from these things through the Lord. Because the more you press into the Lord, you start to realize that these things actually don't matter. And I learned this for real back in 2022, I believe, early in the morning one day, because I had a little racism in me, and I do believe I've already talked about this. And the Lord put me in check. He's like, forget what these people have done to you. Forget it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. It hurt and all that, but that's not what you're here for. In reality, I want you to love past that. You know what I'm saying? that thing right there that these people were doing to you, you're no better than them if you start hating them you start hating all of them because of what they look like. You know what I'm saying? Because they hate you because of simply what you look like. Now you think all of them are bad because the people that look like them, did something wrong to you. So no, you're no better. If you're a black racist, a white racist, an Asian racist, it does not matter. You know what I'm saying? Filipino racist, Chinese. It does not matter. You're no better if you're a racist than any racist, okay? So, long story short, that's what he let me understand. And I was just saying, like, we ought to press in to get free of these spirits because these are all distractions. These things keep us from focusing on the Lord. These keep us from being our best selves in the Lord, right? And one of the pastors said, we don't have to do anything. We don't have to pray. We don't have to fast. We have grace. And it's just like you as a man of God, you're letting other people's ears hear that. I don't know if he just wanted me to be wrong or what. He just wanted me to shut up. I don't know what it was, but he said that. And I was just like, what? Is not Jesus Christ the standard? No, my Bible tells me I'm saved by grace. And, and it's just sad because a lot of us, this is what it's come to. People who really believe in the Lord and are pushing and going and getting on fire, other believers who are supposed to be like that too, they'll kind of look at you like you're being extra. You're being extra to be praying every day, honestly. You're being extra to be sitting here acting like we really have to free ourselves from sin when we're saved by grace. Oh, you're being extra. You experiencing things from God, really? You heard the voice of God. I had a girl at my job. I was talking to her about some of my experiences, my spiritual experiences that I had been having. And it was with God. And she was telling me, like, straight up, no, that's not God. And then literally walked probably 4 feet from me and started talking about me to another person who's not even a believer. But she started talking about me to the person. And I was just like, wow, like this is what believers do. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're on. You know what I'm saying? You want me to feel bad. You want me to feel wrong. You just can't believe that the Lord could be talking to me or saying something like that to me, which was nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the tone of voice was different. It shouldn't have been that tone of voice. The way I told you guys 8 days in, bro, I heard the Lord voice. And when it was first coming in, it sounded very loud, like a big person was talking. And then as I started to just sit and listen, then I started to hear the softness and the just the voice clearly. But at first it just seemed like a big person was talking to me, and I was trying to adjust. But once I started to listen, I started to hear what he was saying. And it was like a normal talking to how I'm talking to you guys right now, right? But she automatically was like, oh no, my God doesn't do that. And immediately she started talking about me to somebody just feet away from me. And I'm just like, dang, I had to forgive her because that was hard at first, but I did forgive her. But that's what we've come to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are okay with giving the Lord the bare minimum. A lot of us are not even worried about or concerned on how we make other people feel. You know what I'm saying? When we're doing things, we're hurtful. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm just saying, why don't we be more concerned about people? But today when I was watching the video that I watched, and I do not want to make this video long, guys, I promise, but it might be a little bit longer, guys. Today when I was watching the videos about the afterlife, I was understanding that, these people, when they were experiencing and having encounters with God, some of these people were atheists, some of these people were believers or whatever, but when they were having their encounter with God, they found out that one of the most beautiful things that God wants us to understand is that love is more important, that loving each other and how we make each other feel is very crucial to the world. This is what determines how other people are going to feel for the day. You know what I'm saying? This is how they're going to feel for the rest of their life. These are creating memories for other people. These are creating memories for our children. This is how we bring the next generation up. And if you're not showing love, then it's not God. And so what I'm starting to find out is just it's hurtful to see that, a lot of us don't push for, to be better believers in the Lord, like we should. We don't really take it too serious when it comes to the Lord. We believe that it's okay to give the Lord our bare minimum. Like in one of the clips I was watching, the lady was saying how, when when she had passed on, she had went through, because she was still on earth, she had went through and she started telling different people, like they weren't able to see her, but she was like telling them, even people who had just gave her a cup of coffee, people who were ever kind to her, she was like kind of drawn towards them, and she was just thanking them just for the small little things that they had done. And the reason being, I understood why she was doing that, is because hate, unforgiveness, sadness, worry, madness, anger, offense, all these things are demonic. All these things are fleshly. You don't take those things with you when you're with the Lord. Like, none of those things are with you when you're with the Lord. So why are we okay with carrying those things with us as believers? Gossip and just pride and stuff like that. Why are we so okay with carrying those things with us and now in our lives? You know what I'm saying? Why don't we just push and push and push to get closer to the Lord? Another clip I was watching, by pushing, it makes us more free of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? I was watching another clip of a woman who was saying how she was more childlike now when she had returned back to her body, more thankful for things, more I have that same experience. I actually appreciate food more now. You know, I don't think look, I don't know, but I actually appreciate food a lot more. I realize that it really is a strength to the body. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'll be a bougie ear ever. Not that I really ever was, but I don't really think that I ever could be again if I had it in me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, and I'm not even being funny when I say this, I just felt so sick. I felt ill. I really felt like I was dying on that 40-day fast, which is what I guess was supposed to feel like, because I wanted to die. If you watch any of my previous videos, you know I was telling the Lord I wanted to die. Okay? Kill my flesh so he can live within me loud and clearly. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted for myself. And so with that being said, I actually felt so weak. I felt ill, guys. I did. I looked very thin. People was like, you okay? You all right? Like, literally, you know, and I didn't, I should probably put the picture, before and after on the thumbnail. I'll do that. But at the end of the day, we have to become more childlike. You know what I'm saying? Children are more, there was a clip that I was watching, and the lady was saying how, like the Lord was telling her that he wanted her to come to earth and, tell people more about nature, or tell people to go see nature more, and that people should go see nature more, and that they should love more, right? And it immediately made me think about this time. Y'all, first of all, y'all know I've been to Nigeria, right? But I don't get out much, okay? If it wasn't for my husband being from Nigeria, I probably wouldn't even been there. There was a time where, not just being in Nigeria, but like the first experience that I've had with nature, really, really seriously, was a time that I went to, I think it was San Francisco or San Diego. I'm not sure exactly. It was a minute ago, but I had went there, and there was a point where when I had went there that we had went to the beach, and the beach was so beautiful. I live in Vegas. Y'all know there ain't no beach here. And I'm in the city, okay? I'm country at heart, but I'm in the city, okay? So I really have not really experienced nature. We have our strip, but we have like lakes that they made on the strip, and these are man-made things, you know what I'm saying? I went on that beach, guys, and I remember thinking about God the whole time. I seen animals, I seen the clear water and fishes and crabs, and I seen how just waterfalls, I seen hills and mountains, and it was just how I seen how the sun just looked so beautifully over water. Man, I literally was in a bliss, because it was like, this is what the Lord has done. This is what the Lord has done. The Lord made this. The Lord did this. No man's hands could do such. He did this right here. And it just made me think about God. The little beautiful animals that was in the water. You know what I'm saying? The way that the water just comes up and hits my feet and go away and come back. And, you know, and I was even a little bit fearful of the water. I'm not even going to lie. God is so big. He's so beautiful. Like, it just really made me think about that. And it's just like, only the Lord can do it. And I feel like that's what we have to do. We have to get to that point where we're like little children. We're so curious. We're so, vulnerable to the Lord. Again, she said how she, when she was younger, she was questioning some things that the Lord had said, like things that her mother had told her about people believing in different things and how God doesn't want that. Like, you could go to hell for certain kind of actions and things like. She was like, well, she was not at peace with that. So she went to the Lord, and she, as a little girl, her mom told her to go to the Lord. And she said she was like 5 years old, and she went to the Lord to talk to the Lord about what she was in disagreement with. And she was like, Lord, if you are real. She didn't even really ask God about those things. She was just like, if you are even real, let bunny rabbits come my way. And they sure did. They sure did. And God reminded her of that time. And I feel like that's the same way we should be, in a way of, we should ask the Lord, are you okay with this? Are you pleased with this? Is there something that I'm doing in my life that I could do better? You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're just so distracted. We're so distracted by life. We're so distracted. Even when we have free time, we're not curious to know what's on God's mind. You know what I'm saying? Our time that we have away from work or whatever, we'll spend it watching TV. We'll spend it on video games. We'll spend it partying. We'll spend it chilling with the family. But not even concerned, not even curious to know how God is doing. What was there anything that He would like for us to do for the day? Is there anything that He would like? Is there anything? What's on your mind, Lord? We're not curious to know what is going on, with the Lord. Are we really meeting our best? Are we really doing our best? Are we really finding His favor? You know what I'm saying? We're not concerned with those things, and that's what I think is so sad, because we're really lacking that kind of that soft spot, that child spot in us, if that makes sense. We're lacking that. Usually kids, before they do something, my kids are very obedient. Like, they always ask before they do anything, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that this is okay. A lot of us, we don't even want to know if God is pleased with what we're doing or not. We just do it. I've heard people say a lot, oh, we'll just do this thing and then the Lord will follow us. He'll follow us. I don't want to live like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that the Lord is pleased with what I'm doing. Even when I was on my fast, He spoke to me. I really wanted His direction, and He let me know, like, I'm with you. I'm with you already. I'm leading you. I'm taking you, and I'll be with you. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. Like, I want to make sure that He's there. I don't want to go there without Him. And it even took me to go on this 40-day fast just to make sure that He's there. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we got to get to that place of just more concerned about what's on God's mind, because if we get more concerned about what's on God's mind, I feel like that's how we could really get His correction and really show Him. Because a lot of us are really comfortable with giving the Lord the bare minimum. We don't give God our all. We don't give God our everything. And a lot of us, it's okay with that. When I came to the Lord, how my family turned against me, and they're supposed to be believers. When I talk to certain people who are also supposed to be believers, that's too much. You don't need to say all that. Be careful you saying stuff like that. I told somebody not too long ago that I had prayed for 3 hours, and I don't know if I said this already before, but I told somebody who I thought was like a very... Like, I thought this person was so close to me that I could just say that. I wasn't being weird. I wasn't trying to show off or anything. It was kind of like, you don't just be telling people that you need to keep that kind of stuff. I was just like, what is up with the believers, bro? What is up with the believers? You know what I'm saying? Not even really concerned about how they make other people feel. They just offend people. They say hurtful things all the time. And you always, and it kind of sucks, because it's like, as a believer, you're supposed to forgive, right? But other believers always, being a reason for you to forgive. And I understand that we're all flawed, but I'm just like, why don't we try a little harder? You know what I'm saying? Why don't we try a little harder? You know what I'm saying? Why are we just so freely hurting other people? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't we just give for real, like, our all? Why don't we, really push in with the Lord, so that way we could really, be our best? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like we need more love, and a lot of us are okay with not even having that. Like, I don't know. I had told some people in the family some things, and like when I say this thing that happened or experience I had with God, they just get up and they walk away, and I'm just like, that hurts. You know what I'm saying? When somebody don't even have no response for you, they just make it like you're not even talking to them, and they just get up and they walk away like you're not. And I'm like, you're a believer too. I don't know how I offended you. I don't know how I offended you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I feel like we just have to get to a place where we break free of these different things. If it takes us to really go on a fast, if it really takes us to pray, but I just feel like we should ask the Lord whether or not we are really doing right or not by him. Like, is he really pleased with us? And it's not even, and I know by that the Lord is going to mostly point us towards how we treated others. That's just what I know. I feel like a lot of us don't really care about how we treat others, because there's a lot of trying to get up there, you know what I'm saying? Or a lot of just wanting to be above someone, or it's just a lot of feeling like you got grace, so you're good. You don't even have to change. You don't even have to try. Nobody's perfect. We don't have to do anything. That type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't feel like that's the way. I don't feel like that's God's plan for us. I feel like God wanted much more for us than that. You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah. Let's just be our best, because God is watching. And the thing about it is, we're all going to go home. We're all going to face judgment. We're all going to face that. And God's really concerned about how we treated each other, because how we treat each other is going to shape our future and somebody else's future. It actually shapes our destiny. You know what I'm saying? How we lived our life and how we treated other people. You know what I'm saying? If you're a leader and you live your life giving the bare minimum and teaching other people that they don't really have to do too much because they're saved by grace, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good. I think that we should all be pressing into the Lord and trying to find out what's on his mind, you know. And I feel like by pressing in a little bit harder and finding out what's on the Lord's mind, you'll be revealed some imperfections of yours, because that's what happens to me. I mean, a lot of times when I go to meet the Lord and I pray, he'll be like, I didn't like how you did this. I didn't like you. So it kind of keeps you up on your toes. You know what I'm saying? How much are we actually praying? What kind of prayers are you actually praying? How long are you spending in the prayer room with the Lord? You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Because I feel like some people, they say that they pray all the time, but it's like, what is it? The quick, our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. What is that? Is it ones that's already listed in the Bible? Is it a quick, oh, forgive me for my sins, Lord? What about check me, Lord? Check me. Show me myself, so that way I can be free of everything that's not like you. Are we asking the Lord to cleanse us and set us free, or to be more Christ-like? Are we seriously and earnestly asking the Lord those kind of things? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like a lot of us should be on right now. I do want to say that, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I hope that this is not coming off judgmental. I'm just placing a thought, a deep thought, you know what I'm saying, in somebody's head. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I want us to kind of realize, like, we could do better. We could do better as believers and stuff. We could do better. We could do better, man. Let's stop giving the Lord the bare minimum. Let's just stop giving the Lord the bare minimum, because he's really cool. He's actually really, really cool. He's actually really dope. And that's just like me describing him in the most worldly way, probably. But like, the more and more I experience the Lord, he's very cool. And I feel like he just deserves it. He just really deserves it. Like, he's so awesome. Like, when you look around about the things that he has made and the things that he's done, he's so big and he's so awesome. He made this beautiful place for us. And me being without food for 40 days, he's given us food, y'all. He's given us water to drink. He's really went all out for us. You know what I'm saying? So why not go all out for him? I feel like we really don't go all out for the Lord. And you know what? I'm gonna stop being concerned about how long my videos is too. I'm gonna stop, because you know me, honestly, if I really want to know something, I will sit there and I will watch a video that is 2 hours long. So I'm not even going to keep being concerned about how long my videos is. If you land on this video and you want to watch it to the end, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that the Lord is dope and he just deserves it. Like, we got to press in. And if we haven't found the Lord's dopeness yet, I just pray that we have more experiences with the Lord. I pray that we start to have more experiences with him. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has healed me. The Lord has healed my daughter. The Lord has saved my daughter from one of my kids from being killed in a car. He's done so many things, like, bro. And if he didn't even do that, he's done something for somebody else to be thankful for. He's done many things. Like, he's given us this earth, he's given us this sun, he's given us everything. He's given us food. I can't get over the food, y'all. He's given us food, he's given us clothes, he's given us everything. Think about how when Adam and Eve knew that they were naked in the garden, how the Lord went and made them some clothes. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say, okay, this is what you do, you go ahead and put this and that together. The Lord, out of love, still clothed them. You know what I'm saying? So why not us show a little more love towards each other? I feel like that's the greatest thing that you can give somebody, whether they're a saint or a sinner, is love. And the best thing you can give somebody is Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? With people that I talk to, I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you like girls. I don't care if you like guys and you're a female and a male yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. You know, I'm going to be giving you love every time I talk to you. Hey, queen. Hey, king. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all good? You know? And with all that, it usually draws you towards me. I'm drawing you in with the love, right? So now the real love about to come out. That's Jesus. Oh, this is the real reason why I got this love. You know what I'm saying? This is Jesus. Oh, you think I'm a cool person? You think I'm a nice person? Jesus is the one. I'm not judging you. No, I'm not. I'm gonna pray for you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like how much more people are going to want to hear what you say more if they feel like you're actually a friend. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's something that I've lacked in my life is a real friend. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things I now know I can't say to a godly person. You know what I'm saying? Without the godly person looking at me and thinking I'm crazy. So I don't try to do that for other people. You know what I'm saying? I want you to feel comfortable with me to say something to me. Whatever you feel, and I never ever push it. I'll be like, whatever you feel comfortable with telling me, tell me. If you don't feel comfortable with telling me something, please don't tell me. I'm not here to know your gossip. I'm not here to know your life. I'm not here to know the tea. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually here for a mission. I actually want you to see the love of God in me. I want you to see that no matter what you tell me, the Lord loves you and there's somebody for you. I have a friend right now who is struggling with that side. You know what I'm saying? Of feeling like he's looking for a male relationship. And the person that he is, he's just so dope. He's so cool. I just love him, you know? And I'm just like, I'm going to tell you right now, the only thing, and this is me coming as a friend, you know what I'm saying? Like, he feels comfortable with talking to me. How much more do you feel comfortable with talking to somebody that's your friend rather than somebody you don't want to hear from somebody who doesn't show you love? You know, automatically, if people out here, you know, oh, you're like this and you're like that, then you don't want to hear what they have to say. Now, when they talking to you, it feels like judgment, you know what I'm saying? But I always try to let this person know, like, and this is from the bottom of my heart, that you're a beautiful person. You're a beautiful soul. Like, you deserve love. You deserve love. So, and I want you to understand that I totally believe that the love that you're looking for is going to be in the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what I just want you to understand that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to judge you or anything like that. You deserve love and you need it. And I just feel like people need to understand that love is the way. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here who are searching for love in the wrong places because believers, you know what I'm saying, are not giving anybody any hope. I'm a believer myself, and I've been harmed, offended before by other believers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, dang, I know how it can get, you know? So I don't try to do that to people. I don't, you know, I just don't try to do that to people. I feel like we just gotta do better. We gotta just push a little bit more, y'all. We gotta be wiser. We can't just not talk to people because of this and that. You know what I'm saying? Gotta pray for people. We got to show love. And I don't want to keep rambling on. I don't want to keep saying the same thing, but I'm just saying, yo, we got to do that. You know what I'm saying? We got to really give love to these people. You know what I'm saying? We got to show love to each other, you know, instead of people being on the outside looking in and feeling like, you know, we don't know what we're doing. Oh, I don't want to be a part of them because look how they act with each other. Look how they turn church into worshiping pastors and a fashion show. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of that. Meanwhile, they sit down and they judge everybody else. People don't want to be a part of that, y'all. We got to really go to the Lord and see if we really meeting his standards and meeting his requirements. Are we pleasing him? Are we really showing him in our day-to-day life? Because the thing that matters at the end is how we affected life. How do we interact with each other? How do we interact with other people? How do we interact, guys? How much love did we show? Did we give to people? Did we talk to people? Did we, you know what I'm saying? Did we show love to people? And showing love is God. And I'm not saying make anybody comfortable in their flesh. Like, don't make people feel like, oh, well, I'm going to show you love. So, you could just go out and be doing. No. Like, people must know where you stand. You know what I'm saying? Be serious. Be radical. For real. People must know where you stand with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They must know that you're not pushing that on. You can't, even at my job, I had a woman who the Lord was advising me to stay away from her while I was on my fast. And he started to let me see that this lady was actually, she's an older woman, but she's being somebody to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we ought not to do. Okay, so if she's having a conversation with a whole bunch of young women, 20, 21-year-old, 19-year-old women who don't know a thing, she in her 50s will also be a 20 or 19-year-old woman who don't know anything. That's how her conversation dims down. She's talking to somebody who is in the LGBT community. Her conversation will be LGBT. You know what I'm saying? Cute. Like, she would literally do that. If she's talking to clubbers or something like that, people who like to party, oh, now she's trying to party. She's going down to that level. If she's talking to me, she'll start to sing gospel. She'll start to talk about Jesus. No, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where her belief stands. I really don't know where her belief stands, but I understand that that's not the way. God does not want us to do those things. You know what I'm saying? We have to let it be known where we stand with the Lord. You don't have one foot in and one foot out. If you standing with the Lord, you're standing with the Lord. That's final. Okay. Let it be known. Let it be shown that that's who you standing with. Unwavering. You know what I'm saying? Unwavering. Okay, so you can't be something to everybody, and I know that is in the scriptures, like, but it's a certain way that you do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't have people questioning whether you're a believer or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should already be. It should be firm, and it should be announced, and it should be. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be in a weird, awkward way or in a prideful way. Oh, y'all know I love the Lord, so I'm not Because I've seen people like that as well. That's not what I'm saying, dude. I'm saying, like, in a way of you exude just this light. You exude that salt, that light of the earth. You just have that on you. You know what I'm saying? And then when people talk to you, oh, that's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why. It's not aggressive or pushy. It's just, you just got a way about you. And then when people begin to hear what's on your mind and hear you open your mouth and hear your voice, it all starts to make sense. You know what I'm saying? In that kind of way, But I don't know. I hope that something that I said here today helps, guys. I really just feel that the messages today, God just really wants us to show love for real. He really wants us to show love. Think about Jesus Christ. Think about it in Matthew's, and I'm not sure the scripture, guys, do not bash me for this, but I never got it when I heard it, how Jesus was on earth and he was looking at the people and he felt sad inside. He felt disturbed inside. And he said because the people were being harassed by entities, they were oppressed. That's what he saw when he looked at people. So when you see people in sin, you see people angry, you see people lustful, you see people cussing up a storm and just violent or whatever it is, just rude and mean and judgmental, whatever. These people are oppressed. Don't add to the oppression with your attitude and your judgment and your gossip and your thinking that you know it all or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they ain't wearing the right kind of stuff, so you can't talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Don't add to that. You know what I'm saying? Pray for those people. Show love to those people. And if you can't show love to these people because of how they're acting or what they're wearing or something that they're doing, pray to get the strength to love through it. Because God loves you through your flaws. And we all got them. You know what I'm saying? So if God is loving you through those things, you should be able to love others through things as well. You know? That's what it should come to. People are being harassed out here by demons and devils, okay? They're being taunted. Y'all, when I was after I got off that fast and them demons was in my room, I felt their presence in my room. It felt like they was all standing around my bed just looking at me, saying, what you gonna do? So now, what you gonna do? That's what they doing to people. They're out here bullying people, okay? They out here bullying people. They don't need the bullying to come from the church as well, okay? We need love to come from the church. We need somebody to start writing people off and start praying for people, okay? That's what we need. All right, y'all. So I love you guys. And I know this video was a little long. It was a little long. But I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your night, day, evening, whatever time it is. I hope that this message helps somebody. I really do. I prayed before I got on here. And so I really hope that the Lord moved and was able to put something out here of use to somebody, guys. So have a great one, guys. Love you guys. Bye.